Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Pre-Heresy and Codices, where I look at one legion per ramble, give you my thoughts and opinion on what Codex best represents that legion, and then talk a bit about collecting that legion a little bit. So if you want a more in-depth why and a little bit of basics, you can look at the introductory ramble for Pre-Heresy and Codices, but up on the block this time is the first legion because I'm going in numerical order. So first up is the Dark Angels Legion. They were the first. And right off the bat, you can see there's a color change pre to post heresy for these guys. Post heresy, we used to see in the dark green color on their powered armor dudes. If they were on a bike, they had the black armor. And if they were in Terminator armor, they were bone colored armor. So we see that's what we're used to seeing with the Dark Angels. But pre-heresy, everybody was in the Dark Angels black color, essentially. They were in black. Jet black armor, just like the Raven Wing. So that's everybody across the board. Another thing you can see is the Legion symbol. Here's the deal with the Legion symbol. You see artwork for it, pre-heresy time period in the Horus Heresy card art, plus what Forge World has released with that poster picture of the red winged sword. And then you also look at other pictures like this index, the Startace picture, or artwork I should say, that was produced for the pre-heresy Dark Angels, and you see them with the white Legion symbol. So I don't know if Forge World is going to tackle that and make them have different meanings or whatnot, because they don't have an entry in a Forge World book yet. Once they do, I will be upgrading, or updating I should say, this video. But for now, I don't know. I don't really like what Black Library has done with the covers of their two Dark Angel novels, because they give the shoulder pad insets a white, and then they make the symbol black. And I don't really like that. And I don't know if Forge was going to address that or not either. But anyways, that's the color change pre to post heresy. Now, as far as the Codex goes, what Codex best represents the Dark Angels Legion? I look at it like this. The tactics employed by the legions and their post-heresy counterparts really aren't that different. War gear, demon packs in the case of the Traitor Legions, stuff like that may further specialize their tactics a bit, may further enhance their tactics by giving them other options to do certain things with, but I haven't really seen a change pre to post heresy for a legion in terms of tactics drastically. So with that being said, I feel the Dark Angels Codex does the best job of representing the Dark Angels Legion. Now, yes, there is the whole idea of hunting the Fallen. So first off, there are no Fallen during the pre-heresy time period, or the Horus Heresy time period, really. It's basically after those events are done, the aftermath of the Horus Heresy is when the Fallen basically happen. So you have none of that going on, but that's okay, because in the rules there really isn't anything super specific to hunting the Fallen. Now when it comes to restrictions, because you're going to have restrictions, the Codex represents a 41st Millennium force. So when it comes to restrictions, no Land Raider Crusader or Redeemers, no Flyers, and no Raven Wing Dark Shroud. The Raven Wing, if I could speak, Dark Shroud takes a relic from the rock, basically the remnants of what Caliban was left, and utilizes that to make some of this weird dark shrouding thing, hence its name. I don't think that really works in a pre-heresy light. Caliban's still a planet, still a thing. You might be able to make an argument for it, but I just say by and large, just ignore it. The Vengeance, the Lance Speeder Vengeance, I think is fine. I think it's kind of a unique thing for the Dark Angel Legion to have is a plasma toting Lance Speeder like that. So I think that's cool. But the Dark Shroud I'd stay away from. The Flyer, the Nephilim Jet Fighter, as I understand it, its STC, which is Standard Template Construct, was recovered post-heresy while hunting Cypher. And the two Flyers seem to be basically the same base stock, just with modified, one to be a fighter, one to be kind of ground support. So that's why I say no restrictions to those. And the Redeemer and the Crusader are post-heresy discovery / modifications. So there you go. Now, as far as Deathwing, Ravenwing, I personally feel they utilized those terms while they were a Legion. You kind of see some references to those terms in the Black Library novelizations of the Dark Angel stuff. But even if they didn't, I'm referring to it here as Deathwing, Ravenwing because you understand what I'm saying. Now we're talking about a Legion, and really any of the Legions prior to the Drought Site Massacre especially could attack and field any number of units together. You had, for example, Raven Guard, who had pure Terminator detachments that would just come in and utterly crush the foe when Corax demanded it, for example. So in this case, if you wanted to field pure Deathwing or pure Ravenwing as a force, completely understandable and totally doable as a Legion. If the chapter can do it as 1,000 Space Marines, then a Legion, which is tens of thousands of Space Marines strong, could definitely manage it. So in that regard, I don't see a reason to restrict the Deathwing Knights or the Black Knights. You know, they just, instead of representing stuff for hunting the Fallen or whatever it is, you could just represent them as elite versions of what they are, Terminators and Bikers. So they're kind of like veteran Terminators and veteran Bikers. As far as the command squads, makes sense. Totally usable. And as far as special characters go, special character-wise, just gotta do accounts as they weren't alive during that time. But I would say all of their models, with the exception of Belial, are usable to represent a 30k version of that. And I say that because Belial's in Terminator armor, and there is a distinct difference pre to post heresy for Terminator armor. But Samael works perfectly in the jet bike, because that was definitely a pre-heresy, artifact. So all of that's well and good. Now, when it comes to collecting a Dark Angels force, there's not much you can utilize from GW. You can utilize the Landspeeder Vengeance kit, and you can utilize the Ravenwing kits, the Black Knight kit and the regular one, or Black Knight / Command, and then the regular one. Other than that, there's really nothing else you can really utilize, in my opinion. And I totally feel, I don't know why I'm saying totally a lot, but I completely feel that the Ravenwing kit can be utilized 100% with the winged symbols, with the winged front fairing part of the bike and whatnot. I think it all looks fine. I know Forge World makes bikes for the pre-heresy time period, but I don't see a overarching need to change the bike look too much pre to post heresy. So I think GW's bikes work just fine, and the Ravenwing kits work just fine. Unfortunately, the Deathwing kit isn't really usable. That's just the nature of the beast, because it's a completely different looking Terminator armor. So I would definitely say you'd have to go to Forge World for that, unless you want to convert. You can definitely convert the GW Terminator kits with bits out there to a pre-heresy looking force. You would have to also change the helmet. If you did, the Deathwing stuff would look really good. Those kits would look really good. But if you want to have just the Cataphractii Terminator armor or Tartaros from Forge World, just get them from Forge World. And if you want to represent Deathwing Knights, either convert that up, because at that point they got robed heads. You just gotta do a shoulder pad swap essentially, and you're good. So, anyways, outside of that, no Mark 7 armor, no Mark 7 helmet, especially no Imperial chest eagles. Or no, I say that a lot, and what I mean is no Imperial eagle on the chest plate of the armor, of the POW armor especially, and the Terminator armor obviously. Outside of that, there's not much else to worry about. You gotta look at it like this: best bang for your buck. If you basically have to buy 2 tactical kits to make one squad, because you have to follow Mark 2 through Mark 6 armor only, and you're avoiding the Mark 7 helmet and the chest plate with the eagle on it, so therefore you need double the kit to be able to do it, and even then you're probably missing out on heads. It's not really worth it. Now, the one thing I do think is worth it, even though you're not going to use all of it, is the Dark Angel Chapter Upgrade frame that's direct from GW, or the Battle Company Veteran kit. In there's a lot of Dark Angel bits, and what they have in there is 5 robed, powered armored Dark Angel capabilities to make. so you can make 5 rogue Dark Angel Marines. You do that, you give them a different helmet, and what you have right there is a Horus Heresy looking time period model for the Dark Angels, or even keep them bareheaded. It doesn't matter. The point is that can help fill out your force. You can use that for your sergeants if you want to, and it gives you a Dark Angel feel. Plus, it helps give you some extra models here and there. So that's something else to consider. Other than that, I would look at Forge World for most of the stuff as best you can. So with that being said, there's really not much else to say about the Dark Angels Legion. They don't really have anything from Forge World aside from the Forge World Dark Angels Venerable Dreadnought. I feel that Dreadnought kit can work for a Pre-Heresy Dark Angels Dreadnought. So if you want to feel the Dreadnought, I would look at the Forge World kit or the GW Plastic Venerable Dreadnought kit, because Dreadnoughts during the Pre-Heresy time period had that look, that Mark IV look. The look that we attribute to Venerable Dreadnoughts these days is the look that the Dreadnoughts basically had during the Pre-Heresy, Horus Heresy time period. So keep that in mind, and you'll be good to go. So those are my suggestions for collecting a Dark Angels Legion force. And as long as you kind of make it look the part and paint them up in black armor, you're going to get the point across pretty easily. So anyways, that's it for the Dark Angels Legion. Once they get an entry in a Forge World Horus Heresy book and some models to back it up, I will be updating this ramble. So thanks for sticking through it. And the next Legion on the chopping block is the 3rd Legion, and that will be the Emperor's Children Legion. So stay tuned for that one. And until next time, take it easy.